In this video, I'm going to show you how you can actually take advantage of the current downturn in the real estate market, even if you have to pay more in interest. My name is Sean Price. I am with the Price and Price Group here at eXp Realty, and I am hearing all over the place in the market right now from realtors, from buyers, from all sorts of different participants in the real estate market. And a lot of people are pulling back right now, and it's because they're scared, because they're confused. They don't know what the truth is. There are a lot of those naysayers out there in the media that are putting out articles about how the real estate market's about to crash. We're going to lose, up to 10, 20, 30% of value in properties. There's going to be a huge real estate correction. And the simple fact of the matter is, clickbait sells. Clickbait gets attention. Naysayers, the sky is dropping, this stuff does get attention. And so, of course, it's going to be coming in when the real estate market is slowing down. So, my purpose on doing these market reports is so that you can see and you can understand what the actual numbers are and what the actual facts are. The other thing to consider is the fact that when you're reading these articles, they're talking nationwide. They're not talking about our market here. We have a very unique market here. But let's address some of this. So, the big ones that I've seen, Realtor.com recently came out with an article saying that it could be 10 to 20% reduction in market values, even more than that. And, we're seeing a lot of these articles. And the fact of the matter is that in the real estate industry, with the people that are in the know, the people that actually look at the numbers and are not trying to present doom and gloom, we can see that the mechanics of a market crash just aren't there. If the prices do decline, they're going to decline for a very short period of time, but they're not expecting a huge decrease in prices because the buyer demand is still there. It's pent up right now because a lot of buyers have pulled out of the market, which is the opportunity I want to talk about when I get to that. But the buyer demand is still there. The inventory is still extremely low. And all of the loans that have been out in the market, all of the loans that have been given in the last 5 years have all been very, very well qualified loans. So there's not the subprime lending crisis that caused the huge market drop that I talked about in my last market report. We don't have the mechanics of a large real estate market drop right now. Now, could something happen? Could the president put in some other crazy policies that cause the economy to totally crash? Could another pandemic hit that could just wreck everything? Yes, that's always a potential outcome, but that's always a possibility. What's more likely going to happen is that prices are going to pull back, appreciation is going to pull back, because here's what's happened over the last 2 to 3 years. We have been experiencing appreciation between 15 and 20%, sometimes as high as 25% in some areas. Sorry, I have an alarm going off. That is not a normal market. That is not a realistic market. So we are pulling back from this abnormal market that was occurring. But what's happening is we're going from 20% of appreciation down to maybe 1 or 2% appreciation. We might even flatline. Prices may not appreciate over the next several months. We might dip a little bit. We might dip 1 or 2%, but it's not going to be a 10, 20, 30% loss like everybody's afraid of. So for the buyers that have pulled out of the market right now while they're waiting for this market crash to happen, I have a feeling they're going to be regretful because they're going to miss this window that's here right now. The other factor is buyers are waiting for interest rates to calm down or interest rates to come back down. Well, the problem with waiting for that is as soon as those interest rates do come back down, the market's going to get flooded with all these buyers that are waiting on that. And let's say prices do drop a little bit. Let's say by some unforeseen circumstances, everything goes against the mechanics of the market that are out there, and prices do come down 10%. When that happens, all of these buyers are going to flood the market. That's going to bring the prices right back up. There is a bulging ball of buyer demand that we saw 6 months ago that is now retracted and is just sitting there and waiting for the opportunity. As soon as one of those opportunities presents, this bowl is going to open up and the market's going to go right back into the high demand that it was. So the window that is here right now, I'm going to show you as we go through this buyer's market, the window that's here right now is a great opportunity to get in. We are actually seeing Properties sit on the market for 30 plus days, which means the sellers that are staying on the market at that point are very motivated. Now, we are seeing properties go very quickly. If they're prepared appropriately and priced appropriately, they're selling immediately. But the ones that are sitting on the market, one of two things happens. Either the seller says, you know what, I'm not motivated to sell right now. I'm going to pull it off, and I'm going to wait till the spring, which we're seeing a lot of withdrawals happen. Or the seller needs to sell the house and it's staying on the market. So those opportunities give us a chance for buyers to go in and to negotiate having inspection contingencies, having appraisal contingencies, maybe getting some seller concessions to help them cover some closing costs or some repairs. There's a lot of opportunities for buyers, and buyers have the opportunity to kind of pick and choose what property they're interested in. We have not seen this in forever. So, as a buyer, in my opinion, I think this is the window when you come in and you take advantage, because all you do, you come in, you pick the property, you purchase the property. It's probably going to be at an interest rate that's higher than what you want, but you have the property. You just married this property with better terms, possibly better pricing, and in a good opportunity situation. And then when the interest rates do start to come down to 4.5%, 5%, whatever they're going to settle into. Once that occurs, and then all the other buyers are flooding the market, well, you've already locked in the property at better terms, and now all you have to do is refinance the property. Okay, so I do feel like this is an opportunity. I feel like the only challenge that buyers are facing right now is the fact that there's not much inventory out there. So if you are a buyer, if you're considering buying, let's get out, let's look at properties, let's look and see what is in the inventory that might interest you, and see what we can do to get you into a good situation. From a seller's perspective, there's not much inventory out there. If you would like to try to sell your home and take advantage and capture the lack of competition that's out there, let us help you prepare the house appropriately so we can get that top dollar sales price for it and get it sold very, very quickly. That is still happening. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. I know I just kind of talked a little bit of a circle. I know a lot of you are not going to agree with me. You're going to think that I don't know what I'm talking about because everybody is waiting for this huge price drop, and I just really feel like there's a lot of opportunities that are being missed by buyers. So anyway, let's get into the numbers and we'll go from there. Okay, so as always, you can see that the orange line here is buyer activity. Buyer activity is down another 25%. So this is huge. Let me see if I can make this thing right. Trying some new technology here. So another 25%. So this is huge for buyers right now because that means that the buyer pool is not out there, and so you have an opportunity to look at the properties that are present. Inventory this last 7 days went up 15%. So you can see that there's a gap right here with inventory being higher than buyer activity. So this gap is what gives us our buyer's market. So if you go over here, you have the 100% line that indicates a neutral market. Above it is a seller's market, below is a buyer's market. Well, you can see down here that buyer activity, we have moved into that buyer's market, and this is the furthest we've been into the buyer's market in the last couple of years. So this is where the opportunity comes from. So even if this buyer's market continues to decrease like this, eventually it will turn and it will go back up. And that will probably happen once we get through the holiday season and we get into the early spring period. So right now there is a buyer opportunity window. So let's get on a call. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about your personal situation so that we can figure out what the best approach for you is and what we might be able to do for you to go ahead and take advantage of the current window of opportunity, and then have a strategy moving forward to get those interest rates refinanced into a better position. If you're considering an investment property, this is a great time as well because of the opportunity to get a property at a realistic value, and because of rents going up still in the market, there's a great opportunity for you to get a cash flowing property. So I'm actually doing videos now on how to analyze cash flowing properties for long-term buy and hold rental investors as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I would love to talk about your individual case with you. Also, if you wouldn't mind, click like and subscribe so that we can get this market report out to as many people as possible. All right, we'll see you on next week's video, and have a great day.